Yep. Okay, perfect. So, thank you, Doug, and welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are. When last week or 2 weeks ago, we were kind of discussing about typical global dining event. I told Doug, let's try to do something in regards to Thanksgiving. It could be even a shorter call, but in a way that we set some time to thank our members and to thank our global team for all the support and for everything you're doing to add value to the global chamber. So I think that's I wanted to start with that. So thank you everyone. We're a small group here. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Sayali, Santosh, Ivan, Ruby, Jermail, and of course, thank you, Doug, Jem, and Lowell for all the support year round. And besides that, of course, it was about sharing a little bit about traditions and even though Thanksgiving right now is celebrated in the U.S., I know some countries celebrate it at some other moment in the year, and some even don't have a day for it, but might have some similar traditions or festivities. So that's why I thought it would be cool to share a little bit about that. And I will start sharing my experience, which is kind of an interesting one, because Thanksgiving is a for us is a celebration that comes from the U.S. Since Puerto Rico became part of the U.S., it started celebrating, but the food itself is a little bit different. It's a mix of American and local traditions. So I was just going to share very quick. It's not the perfect picture, but I just look for it at the very last moment. So basically, we eat turkey, but we add our typical rice and peas, and we add what we call the pastel, which is our tamal, and but also there's a bread and salad, which is typical. But then we do have the pumpkin pie as well. So the stuffing in the turkey is more of a traditional ground beef that's made here in the island. So it's a combination. It's a combination, and some people likes to have pork or lechon as we call it next to the turkey as a second option too. Lechon is something that we eat throughout the year, but it's a really signature dish for Christmas. Um, Thanksgiving is very similar to the US. It's kind of a of the start of Christmas, even though we actually start a little bit before, and our Christmas goes all the way from November to mid January, and it's because we combine a couple of festivities, Catholic festivities and different things. So we made like a 2 month celebrations, and so that's what I had to share. And I would like to pass it over to Jam. I know I discussed with Jam. They don't have a Thanksgiving there in the Philippines, but I know the Christmas are very famous in the Philippines. So Jam, if you can just share for a couple of seconds, that would be great.
Yeah, I also prepared just a little presentation.
I bet you did. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So just a moment. Let me share my screen. And so yeah, the same with Cesar, we don't have Thanksgiving, but our Christmas is very long. So it's a trivia that Christmas is the longest celebrated season in the Philippines. We started celebrating it the moment that September 1 comes arrives. So as you can see on this side, there's a Burman song battle because it's a very famous Christmas song between Jose Marichan and Maria Carey. So yeah, when you hear them sing in the malls or in the internets, it means that it's already Christmas. Yeah, the moment September 1, we call it Burmans, the September, October, November and December. So I just made some like I can um play some like intro how you can feel the Christmas. Yeah. So as you can hear when you hear that intro, yeah, you know that it's already Christmas in the Philippines. Mostly all the neighbors are already playing that like repeatedly, like every day, every weekend, or maybe some in the company events. We do that like in dancing and singing. So yeah, and also our Christmas also we also do the exchange presents in our workplace, school, friends, and family. So we do this like monito in monita. So each person draws a name and buys a gift for that person they pick to add excitement. And I can also share with you a funny video that
Embarrassing to carry in public.
yeah.
Is that something that happens in December, or it's like before the main Christmas day, or the monito thing? When does that happen at the corporate setting normally?
We sometimes started it the moment that December arrives, like the whole week until the Christmas day itself, or our Christmas party, like in the company. So
Okay.
sometimes we do that, like bring something um, embarrassing in public, since most of us we do commuting every day. So you can see us like bringing some funny things, yeah. And also it's time to decorate the tree. So most of us, our parents will bring us to the market to buy the Christmas tree that we need to like to add in the Christmas tree. And yeah, the decorated tree becomes the centerpiece in Filipino homes, lighting up, gathering, and reminding everyone the warmth of the holiday. So as early as September, we also have the Christmas tree in our home. So yeah, it's and also caroling is also really a childhood memory. My favorite childhood memory. We go door to door singing the Christmas songs in the neighbors. So yeah, we often rewarded with small gift, food, and money. So but if it's in Christmas Eve, we really get a lot of money because a lot of people has had their bonuses, so they also bless other people who go to their homes for caroling. So yeah. And also we have this since Philippines is very religious, like most of Filipinos are Catholics, so we have this called Simbang Gabi, or masses at night, not literally at night but at dawn around like 4 a.m. in the morning. And when you complete that nine nights or 9 days, it says that your wish will came true. So yeah, so many people really go to that masses. And then yes, the same thing with exchanging gift. We love do shopping with our loved ones. I think it's time because since Christmas we have a lot of bonuses, so we have a lot of times and money to prepare gifts for our loved ones, and we will open it during the Christmas Eve. So everyone is excited and looking forward to it. And yeah, and also we have a Filipino feast. The same with Cesar, we have our lechon, which is a whole pig roasted, and also queso de bola, bibingka, and sometimes our our food also goes along with the New Year, like spaghetti is still alive during New Year. Yeah. And then yeah, it's a sample of it's a picture of our usual dish during Christmas. So you can see the lechon, lumpia, the salads, and also a parol. It's a vibrant lantern that shape stars that we also decorate in our homes or in our schools. And challenge yourself in the karaoke. So but I'm not blessed with that voice to sing in karaoke. But most Filipino can sing, but me, just never mind. But everyone can sing and have a fun time during this season. And let's spend more Noche Buena with our favorite food. So some of us are really looking forward because we don't really usually eat those food every day, just for Christmas or New Year's. And yeah, so I hope everyone celebrate this holiday season with your friends and family, whether Thanksgiving or Christmas. And that's all. And thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jem. And thank you for everything you're doing with Global Chamber. It's been with us only for 2 months, and it's been amazing. Given that you made an amazing presentation, I wonder if there are any questions from Bill or Pancash or Thierry or anyone else in the audience in regards to the Philippines.
Just one. Where do I get the recipe for that one dish?
The lechon dish.
Yeah, right.
Um, I I don't think I'm not sure if you can roast a whole pig on your own, but we usually bought that one.
Oh, I live in Kentucky. We can do almost anything.
Hey, Bill and everyone. This is Pankaj.
Yes.
I joined little late. I based in North Carolina, Charlotte. Cooking and gardening is my passion. So Doug knows all the activities. So don't worry. Tomorrow I'll cook shrimp biryani for our big group, but last 3 years I didn't join because of my job profile. I am managing alone, and also, for get together and all this, I don't have any luxury for 4, 5, 6 years to go there, chit chat and all this. So my wife and kids are going, but I am the cook. Tomorrow morning I'll cook shrimp biryani for the whole group. We will share you the picture. And I didn't have any chef degree like a cooking, but I know more than 5 star, 7 star, all these Michelin. I know more than that. So, I don't care about all these certified, and also I'm a investment banker. Doug Caesar knows. So I didn't have any finance degree. I didn't have any MBA. I didn't study in this country, but still I am working. Doug, I just came from SC24 for the big conference. So probably we started working with all these companies. So you know how, so okay, and also I think Jem, you are in Philippines, is hot now. If you want any funding, we can help any companies. So Philippines is hot. So probably we need you, Jem. We can work together, and we have tons of investors to invest in Philippines. Okay.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
thank you so
Pancash.
much.
And thank you for being an amazing member. Always there, Pancash. Thanks.
Yeah, Cesar, if you wouldn't mind, if you could, like you've done so often for me, could you connect me to our
Pancash.
Yes, thank you.
I will make that connection. I will invite Lowell. So Lowell is been with us this starting November, and he's also from the Philippines. So Lowell, what do you think about Jen's presentation, or anything you would like to add from your family perspective? Because I know in every home there's something different at the
Yeah,
end.
I think she pretty much discussed all of the important details when it comes to celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving here in the Philippines. So yeah, but basically since we're a Christian dominated country, majority of our beliefs talks about the birth of Jesus. So that's really the essence of Christmas here in the Philippines. And yeah, she mentioned also the longest Christmas celebration in the world. Yeah, we started decorating our houses with Christmas ornaments, even if it's still September. So yeah, and also we believe that we should put up our Christmas decorations right after probably February, waiting for the Three Kings. Yeah. So that's really extravagant we are when it comes to preparing. And yeah, we believe also that your wish will come true if you're gonna be attending all of the 9 early masses. And then we do have delicacies that pops up only during Christmas. So it's really important for us to spend time and enjoy the food with our family. So yeah, I think that's it.
Excellent. There's a lot of similarities between Philippines and Puerto Rico, and that's of course has a lot to do with Spain. And so I'm really looking forward to visiting one day because you're just talking about many things that we do here. Not only lechon, like the early masses and the carols and even and Jen, one of the picture, the one on the top left corner, I think it's like is it like ham with pineapple or something like that? Because it looks really like the one we do here. So that's interesting. Thank you, Lowell. So, Doug, what about you? Can you tell us a little bit about your Polish, German, U.S. traditions there?
Thanks, Cesar. And sorry, I don't have a light, so I'm a little bit in the dark here. And so I love to hear about the Philippine one, particularly about the lights and the celebration and the joy that's involved with the holiday. So thank you, Jem and Lowell, for sharing that. I think the German approach is a bit more subdued, you know, overall, although still quite joyous, you know, at least in my family, which reflects, I think, a little bit of the German and Polish that I am, that at least for our family, everything started at Thanksgiving. So really this weekend, and we would have a big feast, and my grandmother would cook all sorts of not so much turkey, but more ham and sauerbraten and red cabbage. And I think one of the ongoing themes around a lot of the different foods were lots of cabbage-like or onions, and so not necessarily more traditional American things. I was in the store, an Italian market, earlier this week, and I saw the little white onions that she would always make. She wouldn't do the cranberry sauce. It would be more, I think it would be like quince things. And so a little bit unusual relative to American stuff, but nonetheless similar in the sense getting the family together, eating a lot of food, and then kicking off the holidays. So that's really, you know, eating is the tradition in our family, getting the Christmas tree ready and then, you know, celebrating around the Christmas tree. And I don't know how everybody approaches Christmas as we're building up to that. I know this is a little bit early for Christmas discussion, but one thing I thought that was unusual from a German perspective was that we didn't open our presents on Christmas morning. It was Christmas Eve was when everything was open. So I mean, I think for the story around Santa Claus in the early days when we were really young, when we believed in Santa Claus, it was typically the next morning. But then as soon as we kind of figured out, it became the Christmas Eve, which I think is more of a German approach. So that's about it, Cesar. And thank you, by the way, for sharing the Puerto Rico perspective as well. That a little bit different than, you know, an American, traditional American, but nonetheless an American approach just as well.
Thank you, Doug. Bill.
Yeah, if I could, I've got a hard stop, so I'll be mindful of that. I had 3 thoughts that I wanted to share with everyone. First, Jim, you actually inspired the first thought, and that is the best message I ever heard regarding Thanksgiving was when I went to Thanksgiving Mass, which I would not normally do, but when I visit my sister, who is better and more religious than I am, better in many ways, one of them being religious. We of course went to Thanksgiving Mass. And at the Mass, the priest, Father John Yaki, who is in heaven now, said the following. He said, "We've got it all wrong about Thanksgiving. See, we tend to think about the things that we're grateful for. What we should be thankful for is our crosses, because our crosses are what take us closer to God. And it was just a beautiful message, which I would not have remembered had you not mentioned that actually Thanksgiving is less of a deal for you, but you brought in kind of the Catholic tradition. So that one, two, one of the things that that I do is think of things that I'm thankful for every day. I assure you, Global Chamber has at times been on that list. So thank you, Global Chamber, Cesar and Doug in particular. But that's my third point, and that is every night, just before I go to sleep, I say three prayers because I can't go to sleep because if I don't say my three prayers, because my mom had drilled that into me. Sometime I can tell a more comic story about being in a fraternity and learning I still had to say my three prayers. But then I follow it with thinking about three specific things that happened that day that I'm thankful for. In the spirit of Global Chamber, I think we should recognize that not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving as a holiday, but everybody can celebrate Thanksgiving every day. And frankly, it's a great way to go to sleep and kind of helps you in the morning. And I see someone who has my favorite background in the back there with the palm trees. Forgive me. So I need to bolt, but that in particular, that third thought, I've been practicing that for 10 years. So that's just part of my rhythm, I guess. And that I've shared with a lot of folks that I meet, a growing number of them around the world, and a lot of them respond like my palm tree buddy does, with a beautiful smile like you're doing. So thanks to Global Chamber, but think about maybe trying tonight, thinking about the three things that happened today that you're thankful for. And forgive me, I need to run. It's not, I just have a commitment.
Bill, those were three amazing points. Thank you very much. And that was the idea behind this. It's like, even though it's a holiday in the US, it's just something that's not really related to a country or culture. We all should be thankful, not only for the good things, but also for the crosses that you said. So thank you very much, Bill.
So just a little thing, Cesar, I'm going to send you my wife's email address. If you could please send that same message to her, that I actually did something good. That would be another thing that I'd be thankful for. I really need to run. All the best.
I can do that. Thank you, Bill.
Bye now.
Have a great day tomorrow. Perfect. So let's just move around the room, and I see Stuart Golding, and then wondering about the UK. I don't know much if there's any particular celebration throughout the year, or is there you can just tell us a little bit about Christmas as it is around the corner. That would be great, Stuart.
Okay, so Thanksgiving isn't a thing as such in England. We don't celebrate that unless you've got Americans in the family. So with this weekend will slip by fairly unnoticed, but Christmas planning and execution is starting, I suppose. Me personally, I think Christmas decorations and songs playing relentlessly in English stores happens far too soon, far too early. But it is what it is. Yeah, things come out on, the supermarkets have had Christmas stock for a couple of months now, building up to Christmas. Everybody, it seems to come earlier and earlier every year, with every store trying to get the early sales on the cakes and the puddings and the things that are going to last all the way through to Christmas. Obviously, they're not selling all of their fresh produce just yet, and that comes in the couple of weeks before Christmas. So people are starting to build up. Christmas trees are starting to go on sale. People are starting to buy Christmas trees and thinking about decorating those. And if they haven't bought them, they're planning with their families when they're going to go and buy them. Decorating the Christmas trees is generally a big tradition, particularly with children in the home. It's a big thing when you go and buy the Christmas tree and decorate it with traditional toys and baubles and bits and pieces. I remember when my son, who is now 20, when he was he must have been about 3-4 years old, we went to buy a Christmas tree and we put it on the roof of the car. We had a roof rack on the top of a car, and it was all tied down, but he was in his car seat, and I put the rope through the window, and I said to him, "You've got to hold this. You need to hold this all the way home, because if you don't, the tree might fall off." So he did. He gripped the rope diligently all the way home. He thought he had a very important job at Christmas, making sure the tree got home safely. So yeah, Christmas trees are a big thing. What else is happening? People are starting to put lights up outside their houses. That's probably something that has happened more and more over the last few years, I suppose. But some people don't put anything up outside their houses. Other people go crazy, and you get Christmas grottos and all sorts of things. Some are very coordinated, some aren't. Some are just masses of light, and you kind of get to know on your journey between home and work or wherever you go, where the properties are with the most Christmas lights on them. So yeah, a lot of people decorate their external parts of their houses. Some roads you'll get some roads who will work together. A close of several houses, they'll all work together, and they'll all put Christmas tree lights or Christmas lights out on their houses. And there have been in the past roads that have been so well known in the country, they get overwhelmed with visitors because everybody has put so much effort into decorating their homes, their gardens and their garages. And I remember one near my father, they don't do it anymore because the old gentleman who was the kind of facilitator, the one who made it all happen, he passed away some years ago. But it got so famous that it always made national news every year. And they would raise a huge amount of money for charity. They'd invite people to come and look, and they take money which they donate to charity, which is a really great thing.
Yeah.
So coming up to Christmas, yes, there'll be people will go to church. Those of us in the UK who believe in God and participate in our religious beliefs will go to a midnight communion service, midnight mass on Christmas Eve. Even those of us who don't necessarily go to church very many times during the year, that's a feature, a highlight. There are Christmas services all the way through the Advent Sundays, the four Sundays before Christmas. So lots going on in the church. Christmas markets are another big thing, probably evolved from Europe. Near where I live is a cathedral city, Winchester. There's a fantastic Christmas market there. Lots of local traders come selling all sorts of things for Christmas presents. There's food, there's drink. That's a huge thing. Christmas markets building up to Christmas. And then Christmas Day, yeah, we open our Christmas presents on Christmas Day. Tend to. If you've got a house full of children, then they probably all get opened almost before the sun's come up. If you've got a family, perhaps slightly older children, you perhaps get the children to wait until after dinner and open them in the afternoon. No really set thing. We have obviously Santa Claus comes, delivers presents on Christmas Eve. They're opened on Christmas morning. Then the presents from family are sometimes open a bit later in the day. What do we eat for Christmas dinner? Turkey is a traditional thing. Sometimes people will eat goose, some people will eat salmon, some people might have beef if they're not that keen on poultry, but turkey is the most prevalent. We always eat that with Brussels sprouts. So turkey with Christmas dinner wouldn't be Christmas dinner without Brussels sprouts, but not many children like Brussels sprouts, so they don't get the benefit of those. Again, another story from my past. When I was very young, my Brussels sprouts were bitter things and took a lot of cooking. And my grandmother used to put the Brussels sprouts on at breakfast time, and they would just merrily boil away all the way through the morning until they had no colour left in them and no flavour in them. But nowadays Brussels sprout producers have selectively bred Brussels sprouts, so they're much sweeter to the taste. So Brussels sprouts is a big thing for Christmas Day. Pigs in blankets, which is sausages wrapped in bacon. And then after, if there's room to put any more food inside you after a massive Christmas dinner, then Christmas pudding. We have a big fruit Christmas pudding with custard and cream, mince pies. In the afternoon and evening, we'll eat more and more, which will be cold meat, some of the cold turkey, cold hams, pickles, salads, all that type of thing. And then Boxing Day is when you kind of think, oh, okay, we get over it all. And quite often families go out walking together. They'll go to the beaches or they'll go to forests and things, places they like, spend time as a family, go walking, get some exercise in. try and get rid of some of those calories from the huge feast you've consumed the previous day. So yeah, they're the kind of things that feature in my Christmas, and yeah, hopefully give you a little bit of an insight into what an English Christmas is like.
I really appreciate it, Stuart. And Boxing Day is something I like. I think kind of makes sense to have it. And so that's pretty cool.
In some ways, I prefer Boxing Day because all the sort of, I suppose, pressure and stress of making sure Christmas Day is perfect is all gone, and you can just enjoy it a bit. The children play with their new bikes and their toys and everything they've got for Christmas. So yeah, it's a bit more of a relaxing day, Boxing Day, but still one that's spent with the family, but perhaps doing a bit more of having a bit more an active agenda. So yeah,
that's pretty cool. And Stuart, just for the purpose of networking, for those who don't know you, tell us, what do you do in a minute?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an information security consultant. My whole purpose in life is to help organizations make sure they don't get a data breach. They don't lose their data. So we work with all sorts of customers, all sorts of clients. I've started doing a little bit of work with somebody on the Global Chambers. I can't remember his name at the moment. A company who works in America on the West Coast. We've done an assessment, security readiness assessment, if you like. So we've spent an hour or so, quite rapid fire, asking questions and checking to see what that organization has got in place in terms of data security controls, cybersecurity controls, and we've written a report for that person, for that company, which highlights some of the things we think they need to concentrate on to make themselves even more secure and less likely to suffer a data breach. So that's what we do. We help organizations with what we like to call really good security. We like to make sure you've got really good security in place. A lot of our clients go on to do certifications. They get ISO 27001, which is a global standard. They work through things like NIST, which is obviously an American-led standard. SOC 2 is another American-led standard. And we work with clients to make sure they're achieving these standards. If there's certification to be had, we'll help them with that. So they've got a certificate to show that they're credible in their status in information security, and then we help them to maintain that. So we can offer what we call virtual chief information security officer services. So we can carry on working with an organization once we've got them to certification, and help them to maintain their data privacy on an ongoing basis, data privacy and data security on an ongoing basis.
Awesome. Perfect.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you.
Sajali, welcome, a new member. Let us know a little bit about your traditions, and of course, introduce yourself as well.
Sure, thank you. So I will just add another thing to what Bill said. He has left, but he said of remembering three wonderful things in a day before the bedtime. So as soon as we wake up, we actually thank and feel blessed for being alive yet another day when the Mother Earth is spinning well and the sun is rising without fail. So that is how the every day we thank. So that's one thing I would like to add. Of course, in terms of Thanksgiving, Christmas, being in US, we just follow how it gets followed in the community and events. But morely, I'm an Indian, so we mostly celebrate Diwali, which was just just first week of November. So that's a big celebration for us. And about us, we are a software services provider company. And so we help small and mid-sized businesses to have their digital transformation, their technology journey get started. We also work with large enterprises to on a project basis for certain expertise and workforce to deliver certain projects in time. And of course, the quality delivery. And we have we have a wide spectrum of services that we provide, which includes the robotic process automation. We are working in machine learning and AI space as well. We do have gold partnership with Monday.com for project management, sales and marketing, pipeline automations. We also do timesheet management. That is an additional connector app that we have developed on top of Monday.com, which is just available with us as a partner. We also work with other CRM tools like Zoho, the Odoo, which is an ERP software. So we do have a strategic partnership with other companies too. And basically, we help businesses to take care of all their technical hassle and provide 24/7 support, a kind of maintenance, right? Annual maintenance contracts also, that's what also we do. And over the period of last 10 years, we have developed many custom software platforms, which has helped businesses to take um, their companies from what they were doing earlier to newer heights, where the manual work has been taken care by bots and a lot of automation that we put in. So we have helped many businesses to actually ramp up from in terms of scalability, performance, in terms of usability, and also optimize cost they are spending on their technology side of it.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sajali, for being here today with us. Jermeo, I don't know if you're able to speak, but thank you for joining. There you are.
Yes, let me make sure my sound is on. Yeah, okay, good. Hi, how are you guys?
All good, and you?
Very
Good to see
good. Yeah, so for Thanksgiving, I'm just doing something at home. I'll be eating whatever's there. So I'll probably won't eat most of the day and just prepare myself to eat a big feast and then not eat for a couple of days to balance it out. That's about it. I'm not really doing too much. I will be probably working still and resting when I can. So that's my Thanksgiving.
That's cool. And well, speaking about food, you do work with some food importers, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about your work?
Yeah. Now, am I clearing? I'm not clearing any food right. Oh, wait, I know I do have a food shipment coming. I'm going to be clearing some plantain chips soon. That's coming from, I think it's from Nigeria, I believe. And then do I have anything else coming food related? Hmm, nothing that I can think of. I've been doing vehicles and plants and pesticides and everything else but food lately. So, a little bit of everything, honestly. But no, I just registered actually at one of my wine importers with the FDA. So they needed to get their manufacturer registered so they can import. So I'm working with them on that. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to start shipping out. I think they're still finalizing some of the paperwork for like the labeling requirements and things like that. Other than that, nothing really food related right now. But when it comes up, I'll be prepared.
Yeah, no, for anything that needs to be imported into the US, then we have Jermeo Luis here to help. Thank you, Jermeo.
Thank you.
And I want to ask for Thierry. Thierry, are you there? I see you connected early on, but I haven't seen you.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Hi, Thierry, welcome.
So as I wrote for you to be also the excellent presentation Global Chamber yesterday about the food country that friend from Atlanta and Dallas has organized. In Utah, we have unfortunately a lot of children who don't have food at school, or we even have family who don't have money to buy a decent Thanksgiving. So it's a tradition here in Utah, where we are heavily influenced by the church Latter-day Saints, that's called the Mormons. So usually the Mormon family give a portion of the food precisely for Thanksgiving. They have a wonderful institution in Utah called the Utah Food Bank. They have a huge factory in West Valley City with kitchen, cooking, everything to organize and re-industrialize basically the food process. So we have this tradition at the Sun Church of giving 1 day of food precisely for Thanksgiving. We have also an excellent law in Utah that specifies that all the supermarkets and all the food retail shop must give the food when the food consumption date limit is exhausted. So the Utah Food Bank has special trucks. They go to the supermarkets, they take all this food, go back to the factory in West Valley City, prepare all this food, and then deliver the food in various places where the people can obtain the food and you can even eat. So you have a lot of places throughout the west of France when the food trucks bring the food and the people can eat the food, their Thanksgiving food there in these various places. And those venues that are open to the public, from gymnasium to church to everything. And another tradition we have we put my picture on Facebook, is to run for Thanksgiving. So tomorrow, I will be at 5 a.m. These guys are a turkey photographer. We're going to have 30,000 people. It's one of the biggest running event for Thanksgiving food donation in the United States. So you can bring, you can make food donation or you can run. So you register on the website, you say how many family is going to give, and so you give, and by running, you encourage others to give money to the bank fund of the Utah Football. So we're going to have 30,000 people tomorrow in the south suburbs of Salt Lake at 6 a.m. These guys, in whatever turkey these guys you can find, and you're going to run a 3-mile race. Voilà. But it is not a marathon. Huh? You run at your own pace. It's one of the biggest events, and the race will begin at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And you give money this way. It's a fun way to encourage people to come to the food. It's a way to de-traumatize. Well, yesterday we discussed about the de-traumatizing the people coming to the food banks because it became to send the children to get food. Voilà. So this is the way we do it in Utah. It's an annual tradition here in Utah for Thanksgiving. So we run in the morning, then we all go to a beautiful place called Wheeler Farm, which is our urban food, urban farm park in Salt Lake City, where we have turkey. We do pardon them exactly like President Biden did at the White House. And then after that, we go to big events where we all eat as families. So in the afternoon, I will be with the Larry Miller Enterprise, led by the excellent woman CEO, Gail Miller, which is a well-known LDS church member here. And we give this annual food operation at the Salt Palace to all the people who cannot eat on Thanksgiving. Wow. This is how.
Thank you. Thank you, Thierry, and thanks for sharing all those activities in Utah, and hope you have a great run tomorrow. And thanks for always being a great supporter of our activities and following up our members and helping some of them. Thank you. With that, Doug, I don't know if you want to say some last words before we close it up. There's a turkey.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Cesar, for pulling this together. Thank you, Jem and Lowell, for your work. Lowell, I know you're getting ready for our next meeting with Ricardo here in a few minutes, doing some testimonials. So thank you for that. Thanks to both of you. And of course, Cesar is a lot of the glue within Global Chamber. The connects members all over the world, continues on a daily basis to be able to do amazing work. And so the successes that we have really every day, Cesar, all come back to you. So thank you for being right in the center of everything, including conversations like today. Pankaj, thank you for what you do. It's such an important role to provide funding for so much of the activities that go on in business. I think about you often during the reading of the book Chip Wars that I've finished up here in the last few days that talks about NVIDIA, I know with your connections there, and also in the semiconductor industry. One of the true blessings that we have at Global Chamber is that we have connections all over the world, and the semiconductor industry is such an amazing one in terms of how it's evolved. If you have any interest of that history of how semiconductors developed and the interconnectedness that it has created around the world, also competition, and also lots of companies coming and going, and also lots of geopolitical problems, particularly China, Taiwan, and the rest of the world as we move forward. So really, really fascinating story, and I encourage you to do it. Agriculture and importing and trading and products coming across border are critically important as well. So the role, Jermil, that you play is so important. Thank you for all that you do. I've also been thinking about you and thankful for you. My wife and I discovered the show Nora in Queens, which, having spent a decent amount of time growing up in Queens, New York, and I know you've got you're in Queens and Long Island as well. That has brought back a lot of memories, including the 1964 World's Fair, which she has on a lot of her images on the beginning of the show and the end of the show and throughout the show, kind of the New York Pavilion and some of the old stuff up in Flushing Meadows. So very thankful for that and having experienced that. Terry, thank you for your long time membership and support of Global Chamber. Utah is an amazing place to be during the holidays. The snow-capped mountains, the lights, the skiing. It's a really extraordinary place, whether you're in Salt Lake or in Park City. So if you haven't been to Utah during the holidays, definitely it's a place to be. Thanks for everything you do, Cesar. Back to you.
Hey, Doug. This is Pankaj. Thank you so much.
Yes, Pankaj.
And two questions. First question: we have any quantum WhatsApp group? Quantum and quantum AI is hot. I just came last week from the SC24. All the companies all over the world, they are jumping into the quantum and quantum AI. So
Yep.
probably, I forgot her name, who manage our WhatsApp group. So probably we need a group for quantum. You have too many groups like AI and all this. So quantum is the new things I learn about, and I already connected, working with many companies here in US as well as France as well as other. So this is the hottest is coming,
Yeah.
quantum and quantum AI. And
Yeah,
that is the first. Second part, you are from Germany. I'm having tough time when I going to Germany, there is no chicken. So that is why Germany didn't sell chicken. So that's you can answer later. I don't know. Sometimes they have ham, beef or veg. There is no chicken. So I'm having tough time. They are not selling. But in the plane, they give chicken. But in the Munich airport, in all other airport, everywhere, you are not getting any chicken. I don't know. So
wow.
So
Interesting.
I've no idea. I know chicken is not one of my favorites for my family to cook, so maybe that's just not as popular as other places. Ham and pork are big, are bigger, and beef, like sauerbraten. So thanks for sharing, Pankaj. And the quantum side of it, the amount of energy and the amount of calculations that need to be done because of the change, the adoption of AI, and the ability that we want to have of AI driving things like vehicles and our smartphone, and our ability to do all sorts of amazing things requires a lot more calculations. And so I would say for now, that group we have AI plus tech in the GC communities, let's include anything quantum in that group for now, and then let's look and see. There are a few members who are kind of involved in that space, in the quantum space, but kind of peripherally. So we don't have it's not really an identified market segment within Global Chamber. So I would say keep it on the AI tech group for now. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Pankaj. And thanks, everyone. I think bottom line is that we need to be thankful every day and for the good and the bad things that are happening. So thank you, everyone. And for those celebrating, have a great day tomorrow. Or if not, let's just be thankful of the day. So
yes, thank you so much.
One of the things, just in final closing, one of the stories that really sticks with me with positive intelligence, which has been a key part of I know many members actually, is the story of the stallion, the positive intelligence story of the stallion. And I won't tell it, but I'll say the final comment about it is always, we don't know what's good or bad. And so no matter what happens, it's easy to judge any situation or any person or ourselves as good or bad in any given circumstance. But positive intelligence teaches us to be thankful and not judge whether something at any given moment is good or bad. Just accept it. And so I encourage all of us just to accept life, accept ourselves, accept others, accept the circumstance as just there. And when we're able to release ourselves from that judging and just be thankful, to Cesar's point, it's a wonderful place to be. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being part of Global Chamber.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Jamil. Take care.